It was a Sunday. Koichi, a section chief at the prefectural office, was heading to a wedding hall at the end of the subway line. One of his subordinates was having a wedding reception. Koichi, who prefers to drive his car to work, hadn't taken the subway in a long time. In particular, it had been 20 years since he last took this line. The train stopped at S station. At that moment, his eyes met with a young woman who had just boarded the train. Koichi was taken aback. She looked just like his wife when she was young. Of course, it was a case of mistaken identity, but a memory that he had thought he had forgotten came back to his mind. 20 years ago, Koichi was a student at Akie University. S station was where he would always meet his girlfriend, Akie. It was Koichi's weekly routine to pick up Akie, who worked at a trading company in the station building, at 5 p.m. on Friday evenings. 5 more minutes until 5 o'clock. It was about time for Akie to show up. Just as Koichi was thinking this, a middle-aged gentleman in a white suit appeared before him. "Not Akie. I'm here on behalf of my father," he said. Koichi was shocked. It was only natural. Koichi's father died when Koichi was a child, and he only remembered his face from a photograph. "Don't joke. My father. This is a message from my father. I don't really understand, but let's hear it. Are you going to break up with Akie? Or do you want to take the path that will leave a mark in history? What a sudden. I'm still a student. Which one will you take? I don't really understand, but if I take the path that will leave a mark in history, will a glorious life really be waiting for me? That's what my father wants." Koichi thought for a moment, but he couldn't imagine a life without Akie. "So, I'm going to take the path with Akie," he said firmly. Hearing this, the gentleman smiled a little. "I understand," and before he knew it, he had disappeared. While Koichi was looking around wondering where he had gone, Akie stood there, smiling, saying, "Sorry to keep you waiting." 2 years later, Koichi got a job at the prefectural office and started a family with Akie. They now have an eldest son in high school and an eldest daughter in middle school, and are living a happy, albeit ordinary, life. However, what Koichi is unhappy about is that he, a graduate of Akie University, who should have been an elite at the prefectural office, has almost fallen out of the race for promotion. In fact, Koichi has a younger brother, Koji, who is 1 year younger than him and has been adopted by his uncle. He also graduated from Akie University and got a job at the prefectural office 1 year after Koichi. But he has achieved astonishing success, having been elected to the Diet 15 years ago, and having already served as a minister several times. Now, the train began to slow down as it approached the final stop. Koichi got up from his seat and stood in front of the door, and was surprised to see his face reflected in the glass of the door. He looked just like the gentleman he was 20 years ago.